All right, everybody, welcome to our weekly preview session. This is Accurate Pips, and we'll be looking at the dollar index. We'll also be looking at GU, and if there is time, you will look at one other asset in addition. So without wasting too much time, I would like to start with the dollar index, because you guys know that when the dollar index is sorry guys, let me put my phone on silence. All right, so you guys know if dollar index is falling, everything that is XXX USD will be buying. And if the dollar index is buying anything XXX dollar, will also be what will also be selling. So that is one thing. For those of you who don't know, that's one thing you should take notice of. And if dollar index is selling, everything USD XXX will also be selling. If it is shooting up, everything USD XXX will also be buying at that same time. So if you are somebody who is not aware of something like that, then take notice. So I just want to show you an example. Here you can see USD JPY has been selling. And if you take the XY, which is the dollar index, you can see it has been selling last week, especially on Friday thereabout. If you take AUD USD, can see it is buying because it is XXX USD. Why? Because the dollar index is selling. Okay. One thing I would like you to take notice of is the gap that the dollar index left over here. The gap serves as an imbalance that will be filled in the future. So you come to that. If you take gold, you can see gold is also has been buying. And for the inner circle, guys, if you remember last week during our preview session, we saw gold. It was at this what is daily? Let me go to the daily time frame. Remember what I said over here when we're looking at the daily time frame, and I told you that gold has been shifting its structural high, and I will expect price to push up because we broke structure. We will receive some how they call it, pullback, and then we mark here as a potential hot IDM. So if you remembered, we marked here as what a potential IDM that we were expecting price to create during the week. And you can see price created that IDM. So today we will be looking at this point as our new structural high. Okay, our new structural high, especially on how they call it, on H4. Okay, on H4. This is for H4. For the daily, we are still waiting for price to close above this guy. That is when we can confirm a new structural high for the daily time frame. But for the H4, because of this potential IDM that has been confirmed here, we have our potential IDM. We were expecting a potential choke in case price breaks at this point on H4, but then it didn't happen because we were bullish. I told you we were bullish on gold, and as you can see, price came down. We created, I think during the week, we did this analysis, and I spoke about how I expected H4 to fill the imbalance both on GU and gold, which we can see that happened over here. So that is a quick look at what we looked at last weekend on gold. That was last week Sunday. But now let's quickly look at dollar index. Let's see what dollar index is doing, and let's see the direction that, or the bias that we'll be having for the week. Remember that the liquidity levels are very, very important, and I said this during last week's preview as well. Last week I forgot we didn't look at the dollar index, we only look at the pairs, but still we were able to get the direction right. So let's dive into this review. Let's start with the dollar index. So let's see the dollar index. Let's see the directional bias so far on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, you can see we were on a strong uptrend, and then yeah, we were on a downtrend, converted to an uptrend, and then now we've converted back to what? To a downtrend. And let me see if this downtrend has also converted back. So this is the last valid low that we have here. Where is our last? So structure was broken, valid structure was broken here. So it means this was our last lower high before this low, which was what? Taking over here. So we have our change of character here. Okay, which means we have switched again from what? Bullish to what? To bearish. All right, on the daily time frame for the dollar index. So let's let me increase the chart, since we know what we are looking for now on the daily time frame. Okay, so this was our structural change of character on the daily time frame on dollar index. Okay, please, if you can't hear me, you prompt me. Okay, immediately you can't hear me, then you prompt me, since we are dealing with network. All right, so this here is our valid over here, break of structure. Okay, now after this guy broke structure, we were expecting to confirm a new our new high. We have been expecting what? Our price to give us what? An inducement should be taken out to confirm a high for that uptrend. So let's see. This is not a valid pullback. So here, this is a valid pullback, but price didn't take that low, so we move. Valid pullback, price didn't return. So here, valid pullback, and price took out this. So we confirm our IDM over here, and that gives us our confirmed high over here. Now, once our high is confirmed, what do we do next? We begin to look for what? For a reversal point. So we begin to look for where market is probably going to what? Going to reverse from to continue the bullish movement. Okay, so let's see. Inducement taken out over here, we can see we had a reversal, short-term reversal. I think on the lower time frame, we could have about some single candle order block in this session that caused for this reversal to occur before we push down, went back to tap into this extreme zone, and then we push down. Okay, now we have totally taken out this inducement now. All right. Let's see if this pullback. Okay, so this is a valid inducement, but then I have not seen a proper break of or close of candle body until this. So I cannot confirm this to be our odds. A break of structure to give us a new low. So we move on. So we wait. So that means this is our potential. If we are going on the lower time frame. Okay, so let me get to the lower time frame before I say that. So on the higher time frame, we are still waiting for us to say we have changed character again, unless we take this low over here, this guy here. Okay, so this will be what a potential what change of character in case this price here comes and take this low again, previous low. But as it stands now, we are bullish. Okay, so now we have an imbalance here. So right now I'm expecting, first let me start from here. Let me see. This imbalance has been filled over here, filled. So this is the nearest imbalance that we have currently left. That price has not filled yet. So I won't be surprised to see markets maybe do something this way and we fill this guy this week. Okay. I won't be surprised to see us fill this guy this week. And then just below that also, we have another imbalance here. Now, note that imbalances are internal hot liquidity, and we are working with liquidity. This is also a liquidity, this point left for us here. Right now, I've not gotten any valid order block here. This guy tap. Okay, there is one here. This guy here will be our decisional OB, where price just tapped. The wick of this guy swept this candle, the wick there. And I think, was it yesterday during the questions and answers session with the inner circle? I have uploaded that video to YouTube so you can, with the inner circle, so you can watch it. I told them that the wick, when we have a long wick like this, which as well sweeps the previous candle low, it is also an imbalance on its own. So even if we don't have imbalance between the candles and we have the wick like that, it is what? It is an imbalance, and we can use it as an IFC as well. So based on that, we can use this guy as what? As our decisional OB on the daily time frame for dollar index, and we'll be expecting it. Now, as I said, for us to confirm that this is our new low, we have to have a break of structure. Since we've changed character from bearish to bullish, we will be expecting that we will have a break of structure. So once we have that break of structure, then we can now confirm this as a new low. All right. Okay. But as I said, either this decisional OB holds, or we expect price to come down and fill these imbalances here. Now, below these imbalances, I have this zone over here. But then this is the last point that market reversed from. So I want to see if we have a valid extreme order block there. If we don't have a valid extreme order block around these areas, then we can use this as our extreme OB. But as it stands now, we are starting from this area. Let's see over here. There is no imbalance. Everything here has been balanced. Here, balanced because this guy came to balance out this guy. We had our pullback. There is no imbalance between these guys. Okay, everything balanced out here. Then we have market goes up as well. Everything here balanced. So we have a little imbalance here. So this guy here can serve as our extreme OB. All right. So if our decisional OB fails, then I'll be expecting this guy, if it doesn't give us anything to the upside, any confirmation using single candle order block or chalk with inducement on the lower time frame, then we will now be expecting price to maybe give a little reaction, then feel the imbalance, give a little reaction, feel the next one, give a little reaction, and then take out the engineering liquidity over here and push straight down into our extreme order block, give us a little bit of manipulation, and I'll not be surprised to see a sweep of the IFC or the OB before we get some push now to what? To the upside. Okay. So I'll be expecting this kind of move on dollar index. And if we are going to be still be bearish, extremely bearish on dollar index, then it means that this week is going to be bullish for gold. It's going to be bullish for GU, EU as well. So, and it's going to be bearish for USD, JPY, USD, CAD, and all the USD, like USD SXX pairs, okay? All right. So that is what I'm looking at on the daily time frame for the dollar index, okay? Now, so keep an eye on dollar index on the daily time frame, as well as keep an eye on these two zones, but don't forget the imbalances that I showed. Okay. Now let's go to quickly look at H4 before this meeting ends in about some, is it let me see, about 10 minutes time. So now based on H4, okay, as I was saying, let's see H4 structure or structure. Okay. Let's see our most recent, whether there is a change of character on H4 or not. We need to understand that first. So let's see. This our D1 last high, but then let's see where did H4 change character. So if you don't understand how to mark market structure, do well to watch the course again to understand market structure very well. So this was our inducement that confirmed this low. That will confirm this low for what? For H4, because this is a valid pullback here. All right, taking out here to give us our confirmed low for. So both H4 and D1 had their lowest point at the same point. Okay, so now for us to confirm a new structural high for H4, we need to look for a valid pullback. So this is a valid pullback, and this guy has taken that. So we have oh wait, we've not changed character yet on H4, so I cannot start marking new highs until we take this. Let me see if that is the highest point. Yeah, this is the highest point before we took the low here. So it means H4 changed character. You see, yeah, because that is the low of H4 here. So H4 changed character here, whilst daily change character here. So this is the change of character on H4. I think we have 10 minutes more. So, but I'll drop a new link on the page after this meeting. So you join again. Then we continue. All right. So this is our change of character over here. Okay. This H4. Maybe let me change the label. H4. H4 change of character. And based on that, we can now look for what? Our new higher high. Okay. And to do that, we need to confirm that we have a structural what? Inducement. Sorry, we have inducement that has been taken. So let's see this these are last valid dot pullback was not taken over here. Then this our next valid dot pullback. All this over here is the same leg. So the same leg over here. Let's see, this was just a sweep of the top there. So this is our next confirmed high on H4 is here. This is our confirmed high on H4. Inducement neatly taken. Now, this is our break of structure over here, H4. So our boss, BOS. So where is our confirmed low? Yeah, this is our confirmed higher low. Okay. So now we need our next confirmed high, valid high. So that is here. Right, this okay, no, this is not a valid inducement because the green candle is the main. Let me see if the red candle has swept the high of that. Okay, so the red candle has swept the high of the green candle. So this is a valid pullback. All right. Please, these are critical things. So always you check. If you can't see, you zoom in so that you can see whether it has taken it is equal or not. So since it has taken the low and these guys have swept the low of the red candle, that is a valid pullback in an uptrend. So that is here. So we can confirm this guy here as our new high. This is our inducement. And then our new break of structure is here. Because that is where we have the candle body here closing above and our new low over here. Guys, are you guys following?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Now, after the break of structure, we need to confirm our next valid high. This did not take the inducement here, so we don't have this as a valid high. So we proceed. This is our next valid pullback. It wasn't taken out. So let's see here. This is a valid pullback. This is not a valid pullback. So this is our inducement. That is our inducement here. And then we confirm this as our new H4 high. And this is our confirmed low because it has taken out of this high. So our break of structure is here. Okay, good. Now don't forget, this IDM here was from daily time frame. Okay, that confirmed the daily time frame high over here. So let's see high, high, and high. Okay, so let me see where is the valid. So this is the valid inducement for H4 that confirm this high at the top there. So this one here. So let me put H4 IDM. H4 4 hours IDM. Okay, so let's see, did H4 give us after the IDM? Let's see whether it has given us a new high. Sorry, a new lower low. The answer is no. Why? Because we've not taken this high yet, as you can see. So now let's use the knowledge we have now to see what we can do from what the data we have. So on H4, after inducement, let's see where our decisional OB is on H4, because on H4 we are dealing between this guy and this guy, right? So inducement taken, and we saw a reaction to the top, though this is not what it closed candle body a little bit below the H4 hot inducement, you see. So mostly if you want to even take a buy there, you have to be extra cautious in doing so. Just below that level will be what? Will be this zone, but this is not giving us a valid zone as well. And it is the lowest point on H4. So let's see. There is a candle body close below that point. Let me see if this sweep, this is a sweep or okay, so this was still a sweep. So we were not having a how do they call it, a break of structure yet until this guy closed below this sweep here. Proper candle body. So this gives us a change of character on H4. So H4 have switched from what? Bullish to bearish. So it means we are bearish on H4, but remember that on daily time frame we are in the decisional OB. That's why I said that in the lower time frame of 15 minutes, if we see the bias of a pullback, we what? We will make that trade. Why? Because this is a daily zone, decisional OB. It might hold or it can serve as what? An SMT on H4. So let's take notice of that. Now, how do we confirm this to become our new low? Because it has taken out this IDM at the top here. So this becomes what? Our new low. Let me change the color to orange. Our new low. So our IDM here. Then we now look for our highest point before market broke this structure. That is here. So that becomes our lower high. Okay. Our lower high. And this becomes our break of structure. This is supposed to be US. So our break of structure is here. So this is our break of structure on the H4. This will be uploaded to YouTube, so you can go back and watch during the week in case maybe you are confused about something. Okay, you can go back and watch it. All right. So now let's see something. Right now, over here, for us to confirm our low, we need this is our let me see our valid pullback. Yeah, this is our valid pullback because this whole thing is this is our entire order flow here. Okay, our entire bearish order flow here. So at least we should be expecting price to retest this order flow before pushing down or giving us confirming our new hot lower high, lower low by taking out this IDM. Now, if price takes out this IDM, then someone like me, I'll be looking to make my entry from this extreme, I would say decisional OB rather, this decisional OB, because this is a very strong imbalance. The gap there is a very strong imbalance for us. And then if price decide to break above, then on H4, it means we have a potential change of character, but on daily, it means we have a break of structure. All right. Okay. So here you can be checking on 15 minutes for a potential change of character and entry, but you use that to just be determining how the other pairs like GU, EU, USD, JPY, AUD, USD, they'll all hot play out, okay, during the day or the week. So every day is important that you check dollar index before you start trading. Is something I forgot to tell you guys. So every day you try to check dollar index before you start trading. Okay. So I'm potentially looking at price giving us today is Sunday, market to open soon, giving us something like this. And then you feel the imbalance, take out the inducement, fill the gap, and tap into this zone. Then we can make, based on H4, we can make a decision to sell. Okay, but based on daily, remember daily is what is very bullish. Okay. All right. I'll end the overview of what is the name of dollar index on H4 because I'm looking at the entire week. That's why I'm using H4 for the preview. Now, if we want to trade for each day, that means you have to visit the charts again. But then we still, after confirming this guy, we can still enter into that zone and push down. And also this zone here can as well fill, okay, based on the things that we look at on daily time frame. And also H4 has a lot of liquidity here, imbalances all over here to be what? To be filled. And yeah, imbalances all over to be filled. And we also have this daily zone down here. We have engineering liquidity below here for what? This daily zone. Okay, which we can refine on the H4 to this guy, just this guy over here from the extreme on the daily time frame. So yeah, I'll be bullish on DXY, but then within the week, let's see how price plays out. I always tell you I'm not 100%, but per what I'm seeing and the liquidity levels I'm looking at, that is what I can say for now. All right, so I'll drop this chart on the page, okay, so that you guys can be checking on it during the week to get your levels that you would like to trade from. You get it? So I'm dropping that on the page right now, the main channel. The XY overview. For the week. And always do check liquidity levels. Very important. Okay, always do check liquidity levels. All right, so now let's go to it's almost 9. Let's go to GU quickly. My favorite. I think I'm becoming special with GU day in, day out. All right, so as you can see, GU has been bullish the entire of getting to the latter end, and it has tapped into H4 zone here. First of all, sorry, let's go to daily time frame. So daily time, I'll start from weekly rather. Seems like I have to clear all my distance and redraw them. So let me use another distance to do the weekly analysis. So this was the preview from last week. Okay, this was our preview from last week, where I told you the various liquidity levels that you should be looking at. And this was one of those liquidity levels I talked most about last week that I see us tapping into before we push up to, if you remember, I labeled here for the last 3 weeks high and the last week high. I told you we will be targeting those liquidity level, and you can see price nicely did that. And I told you that the major area to be looking at is this internal liquidity, which is the imbalance on the weekly time frame here. Okay, this imbalance here, that is what we should be looking at. Now, one thing you need to understand is there is another little imbalance just above here. Okay, just above here between this bullish, very tiny. It's very, you can see very tiny imbalance there between those two guys. So price can decide to fill that imbalance as well. So we will keep an eye on that. But I want to delete everything on this chart, especially those that I feel has already played out. So we can, yeah. So those guys have already, including this, they have already played out. But these guys, we are still looking at them. They have not played out yet. This old week low, this last 4, now it will now be last 5 week low, no longer 4, but 5 low. You keep an eye on that. Now we've taken this liquidity, but we've closed candle above it, so I will not react to anything now until I see what price will do. Currently, I'll be watching last week's high, which will be my new point of liquidity that I'll be looking at. So last week high. Okay. Then last week low, very important for me as well. Now remember, every week you need to create both the low and the high of the week. So always we are looking at the range between the closest liquidity levels to deal with. That is what you should always pay attention to. Okay. I think I just have to write this guy. So this last week's low. And then I also be looking at last 2 weeks low because it has not been taken yet. So my eyes will still be there. Last 2 weeks low. It's also a very essential liquidity level that I'll be paying attention to. Okay. So these are the key liquidity levels I'll be paying attention to on on the weekly time frame. This imbalance, this week high, last week high, last week low, and then last 2 weeks low. Now for entry purposes, I'll be looking around these areas. Okay. At least even if GU will continue bullish, I'll still be expecting a temporal sell as a pullback on it before we begin the buy again. So keep an eye there for that to occur. Okay. Before I go to the daily time frame, any question? I forgot to open this thing room for questions when we're looking at the dollar index. So any question before I continue?
Okay, Prof. Good evening.
Evening.
Please, my question is concerning the dollar index. Now that the price is in a demand zone, which is a decisional zone, that we cannot clearly, for now, we can't tell clearly that the market will move up or down, and then we are going to use the dollar index to determine the other dollar pairs, to determine their direction. How sure are we that it will move up so that we can based on that one and use it to do analysis for the other pairs? Or will it be advisable for us to wait for this thing, what do you call it, the dollar index to start playing out to give us the direction before we based on that one to do analysis on the USD pairs? Thank you.
You're welcome. So just as I said, when I ended on the H4, I told you that you should pay attention to what will happen on the 15 minutes when market open to see if you have a change of character or a sweep of the zone before you make a decision as to whether the dollar index will go bullish or it will break the decisional zone and approach the various imbalance levels I showed on the chart on daily when we're looking at the daily chart of dollar index. Okay, so always this one is the overall view that we are looking at. So that's why I told you guys that mostly I don't trade on market opens. Okay. Yes, people trade is good, but I don't trade. I like to get data. I work with data because I trade with liquidity. So I like to work with data. Okay. And when the market opens like that, that is when data for the week begins to accumulate. Price will find its tune from Tuesday going. By then, you begin to get enough data to work with. You know what the dollar index is telling you based on the intraday activities that will be taking place.
Oh, okay.
So same way we have done for the dollar index, you can do that same general overview for all your pairs, but you can just relax and then wait for market to open and you begin to make your decision based on the parameters that we've looked at.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Please, any other question? All right, so if there is no other question, let's continue. So if you come down to H4, we can see that we have the various liquidity levels on H4 are matching with that of, D1 are matching with that of what? The weekly time frame, including the zone below here. Okay, so if we refine this, we have the daily zone somewhere here. Okay, so price, if later price push down into this zone, price could come down to this lower level before pushing up. And we have a lot of what liquidity down here. So when price begin to reverse, we will keep our eyes on that level. Now, on weekly, we saw that there were imbalances here, but on daily, we can see all these imbalances are filled on daily, but they are not yet filled on what weekly. And I told something to the inner circle yesterday. The higher time frame have the power. Okay, it always have the power. Yes, the lower time frame will do its things. Okay, but at the end of the day, it has to respect what the higher time frame is telling it. So I won't be surprised to see market making a push to this side, and then we can have some move down, or still pushing, breaking this guy, and then we can see a move into this side before maybe a downward move, or still it will give us something, tap into something here, and we will continue with the bullish move. Because as you can see, the only imbalance we have on the daily time frame is over here. So daily time frame can also look to what, to fill this imbalance over here. All right, so there could be a move like this, then a push into that imbalance, and we could see, because this here to me is not a valid OB. Okay, though there is imbalance there because it has not taken the high of this guy, and it is not an engulfing guy, or it didn't engulf it either. All right, the valid OB here has already been mitigated. All right, so that is what I'll be looking at. Let me mark those imbalance on daily as well. So this daily imbalance also, I'm expecting it to get filled. Okay. So guys, you can see the way I'm putting the whole thing, how I'm following details. Okay, I'm working with what details here. All right. Now everything here has kind of been what been filled. Yeah, let me see. We have a little imbalance also at the top here. Okay. So depending on news events that will take place during the week, you will see how aggressive market will be. All right. You'll see how aggressive market will be. But the nearest imbalances on both weekly and daily, I'll be expecting them to get filled. Okay. Though I'll still be expecting a pullback on the daily. I'll still be expecting these imbalances to be filled before the week end. Otherwise, then I'll be expecting price to push back down here. Okay, back down to this level. All right. Let me check structure on daily on GU. Okay, so this was our last low, valid low. And this is the, okay, this is not a valid pullback. This is also not a valid pullback. So this is the inducement that validates this low over here. Today's Sunday rather is like a lot of people didn't join the meeting. So that is our IDM. Let's see, where do we have our highest point before this break of structure here? This is our break of structure on the daily time frame. Okay, so this is the highest point. Oh, sorry. This is the highest point. So it means, all right. So it means we are still bearish. We are still bearish on GU because we've not broken a structural level on daily time frame. So on daily time frame, we are still hot. We are still bullish on GU. Okay, when we break the structure here, then that is when we will be having a change of character, which I think will be in to take some months for us to break that level. But for now, on daily, we are hot. We are bearish, okay? We are bearish on what? On daily overall. Maybe let me zoom out so that you can see. You can see we have been bearish, okay, overall on GU. Okay. All right, let's go to H4. Let's go to H4. Let's see what happens on H4. So H4 will give us an idea of our short-term trades. Okay. So I think last week, inner circle, I was telling about this imbalance being filled on GU on H4, which we saw that price filled that imbalance, this imbalance, the huge imbalance that was here, and then also here. And we can see price filled that imbalance. And now price has tapped into this engulfing zone here. That is an OB, normal OB. So just as the person who asked the question, you realize that dollar index also tapped into decisional OB. Same way GU here also has tapped into what? A decisional OB on the H4. Remember, H4 is still bullish. Okay, I think I can go back to the other chart now. H4 is still is bullish because we've changed character. On daily, we are bearish. On H4, we are hot. We have changed character into what? Into bullish trend on GU. And remember, on dollar index to on H4, we've changed character from bullish to what? To bearish. So I want to show you something. You can see how it is rhyming. When I say rhyming, you understand. You can see how like it's as if they are doing opposite to each other. GU changes character to bullish, and then dollar index is also changing character to bearish on H4. And daily, they are both dollar index is bullish on daily, but GU is bullish, is bearish on what? On daily. So take note of it. It rhymes. Let me just put it that way. So yeah, H4 also, because it has tapped into this level here, because we've tapped into this level here, I'll be expecting some reactions there. I'll be expecting some reactions to maybe feel some amount of this imbalance over here, all right, on H4 to feel that imbalance. And we also have liquidity belt at the lower section here on H4. So that is a lot of liquidity over there on H4. So I'll be expecting, okay, I'll be expecting price if it gives us a change of character with inducement on 15 minutes, then you can now move to 1 minute to take an entry, or you can just take your entry from 15 minutes depending on your capital, okay? Depending on your capital. But remember, this level is also serving as liquidity because we have equal tops there. We have equal tops there. So you just like it should be in your mind, all right? So that when you are dealing with it, you know what to do. because we all as well have imbalance, I look out for all these things. Nearest imbalance on H4 just above that zone over there. Okay, above this zone over here. So either price reacts to this push down. Okay, push down our inducement. Let me see. Okay, this is not a valid pullback. This is also not a valid pullback. So our inducement is somewhere here. Okay, this is where our inducement is. If price comes back, take the inducement, then we can confirm this high. If not, price, I'm expecting price to give us something like this. Okay, to somewhere here on 15 minutes. And we can tap into this imbalance and maybe take the IDM here before we push up. Okay, so this imbalance is important, is key. All right. Now, all this, I'm not talking about entry because we are just looking at reaction points. Entry has to do with lower time frame. So price has to at least react to these levels before we can talk about entries. Okay. And I was explaining yesterday to Inner Circle why I don't easily give signal, because sometimes by the time with the way we trade with liquidity, by the time I enter the market and I said I'm coming to page to say buy or sell, the thing is already gone. So if I come and say buy or sell, it means I'm putting you in danger. You get it? So that sorry, that is why sometimes I'm not able to come and tell you buy or sell. All right. And it's like that, and I don't like coming to post the results to be like, I'm just taking the trade alone and I'm leaving you guys behind. So this is another level of imbalance. Okay. So these are the key levels we should be looking at. This another level, and this is an OB as well. But for now, be targeting these internal liquidity levels for the week, unless price decides to break below. Okay, now let's see something. Let's check Forex Factory. We have about 10 minutes more for this session. Let's check Forex Factory. Okay, so let's see the calendar. Let me filter this to high impact, medium and high impact news only. Yes, so this is the activity. Monday, I think those who will be trading the Japanese yen, you have a high impact news then. Aside that, we have a moderate or medium impact on GBP and CAD. All right. AUD traders, I think you have two high impact news on Tuesday, 3 a.m. Okay. That is UTC, because that is the time I use. Then Wednesday, NZD and GBP. So those trading GBP, USD as well. USD also have the Fed chairs. I think Powell will be speaking on Wednesday. So that is also going to bring some chaos. Then Thursday, that is where we have the Chinese yen. And those who trade the yen, you have your CPI. Okay, that's if you are trading yen. And that same day, 1:30, we have the unemployment claims. Okay, that is for the USD pairs. And then Fed chair will speak again at 7 p.m. So that day you have double high impact news on USD. Then Friday, we have GBP and then USD at 3 p.m. Though they'll be high impact, but not all high impact actually affect the market massively. Okay, so those are the news events. I think for the week, I'll put a screenshot on the page for you guys so that you can be informed. All right. So before we go, okay, before we go, any question finally before we go? I have 7 minutes to answer questions. If you have questions, you can just unmute yourself. Okay, so if you don't have any question, then I think we'll end here. Inner circle, I'll meet you guys tomorrow. We'll continue our lesson tomorrow. I'll give you the time, either tomorrow or Tuesday. So I'll communicate on the inner circle page. All right. So be expecting my chat on the inner circle page later this evening. Okay. All right, guys. Have a nice evening, everybody. I'll drop the chat on the page.